All right, my name is James Vance. I'm with Multiplied Innovations, and thank you very much for coming out this morning. I wanted to start the talk about today with a quick reference to time. I know that time is very important to all of us, and there's never enough of it. And this pandemic has caused the time to even be shorter. We're spending more time cleaning, more time sterilizing, more time washing, and all that together. So what if you could sterilize your kitchen, nursery, bathroom, or office from ceiling to floor and everything in between in 15 minutes or less? That's nice, right? Now that would include the air. That's really nice. Now, what if we could do that without using any chemicals that can harm your family or your pets? That's really nice. But again, see that. What if, and this is my favorite part, because I'm lazy, I don't like doing it. What if we could sterilize all the viruses, bacteria, surface mold, and remove the allergens to 99% without, and I repeat, without getting our hands dirty. Okay? All right, suddenly I'm interested now, right? Okay, now we talk. All right, let me take this opportunity to introduce the mini glove. Ultraviolet and sterilizer. This unit is made in the United States, so we can bypass some of the restrictions that we had earlier in the year with things being shortages and things like that. It's actually made in North Carolina. It was made in High Point, North Carolina, by a relatively famous designer that designs furniture for rooms together. So we're quite proud of that. The easiest way to probably talk about what our scenario and how things have happened for us this year would be basically to go through a small scenario that I usually go through when I'm talking to my clients. And Cheryl, if you don't mind, and it boils down to basically like this. Cheryl's in her office. She is working quietly, safely, extremely efficient. Extremely efficient. Let me rephrase it. Extremely efficient. But all of a sudden, boom, there it is. It's the phone. And of course, who is it? Cheryl, this is the boss. Well, immediately, you know how that feels. Oh, this isn't going to be good. Cheryl, I need you to meet with Joe, Fred, and Tom, Sue, and everyone else that you've heard sneeze or cough today, along with everyone in this room, in your office, which you know can only hold 5 people, in 15 minutes. Well, Cheryl, unfortunately, it has happened to you. And no matter how much time you spent this morning wiping, Lysoling, spraying, at the end of that meeting, your room will be totally full. And as they say, stuff happens. I did say stuff. Stuff happens. So we will work with that. Now, the second scenario that I go through is similar, because this doesn't just happen to us at the office. This happens at homes too. And we're going to move through that. And you know where I'm going with this. It's when the relatives stop by unannounced. They bring their children. They bring friends of their children. They bring their furry friends in tow. All for the evening, unexpected at your house. Well, you can't really do much about that, but you can fight back. You can pull out your trusty mini glove, open the 4 windows. Step outside your office, and you move into the next room of your home, and you turn it on. You can then go get a coffee, go outside, take a breather, come back in 15 minutes. The room will be sterile from top to bottom, with the air clean as well. And you will be able to smell a difference This thing burns up all allergens and viruses and bacteria and surface mold in the area that it's working. You can let this run for 15 minutes. We'll be glad to know that takes care of most everything that was brought in by your relatives and by the meeting you just had, which includes the common stuff, common cold, flu, strep throat, pink eye, foot and hand disease, whooping cough, and most of the other childhood things, and some of the serious stuff as tuberculosis and even Ebola. This thing, these machines were used to treat Ebola when we had the first outbreak of this. We are made in the United States, so we're not subject to the shortages that we've had. And everybody that realizes that when you have the toilet paper shortage, the disinfectant shortage, the wipes shortage, that if you have children, it doesn't take very long for your home to get relatively nasty. This runs for 8,000 hours without any maintenance. So at 15 minutes a time, you can run this for quite a while. You can clean your entire house, or you rephrase that, you can sterilize your entire house. The mess will still be there, you have to wipe that off, but it will be dead at that point. One of the other advantages of this machine is that it limits our exposure to masses. And that means that this is our first line of defense. And when we clean professionally, or when we sterilize professionally, that's what we tell them, that this is your first line of defense. And for instance, if we have a child here that gets sick, okay, normally we would call in the maintenance people and myself to take care of that mess. That means that I've got to be in there around this stuff that's fresh and contagious for up to 30 minutes to get that clean. The new frame of thinking is I bring this machine and I set it right here, and I turn it on, I'm out of here in 10 seconds, I let it run, I come back in 15 minutes and I clean up that mess because it's dead and it's not contagious anymore, and I do not catch it. I do not like catching things like that. For pseudo-germaphobes like most of us in this room, it's better to work with dead viruses and bacteria than it is live viruses and bacteria. This machine is safe for some of the things that you can't do chemical cleaning with. So it is safe for children's toys, it is safe for paper, it's safe for electronics, and it's safe for kitchens and bathrooms, and it does not hurt even food, water bottles, and things that are sitting out on the counter. It will actually stay alive. All right, folks, that's my pitch.